Several people were amazed on Wednesday to see 5 cruise ships at the Castries harbour. Interestingly, only 4 of the vessels were berthed at the docks. Serenade of the Seas, the vessel that was not berthed, used the technology of dynamic positioning to position at Port Castries. It was the first time that type of technology had been used in St. Lucia. It was a request made by the master of the ship, Stig Nielsen.
I have been at anchor outside a couple of times with the Serenade, and I don't find it very comfortable. It's always kind of rough. There is current and swells, and it doesn't make it for a very comfortable operation for our guests. It's also a much longer tender ride into town. It is not uncommon, to put it that way. We do tendering on our repositioning cruises up to Alaska, and also on our Alaskan itinerary. We tender once a week, and we do use this technique with the dynamic positioning in a place called Icy Strait Point. But we are also using it in various other locations like Cabo San Lucas in Mexico.
Dynamic positioning is a computer control system that automatically maintains the vessel's position and heading by using the vessel's propellers and thrusts. The technology was initially developed for the oil industry in 1980. It was first used by a cruise passenger vessel in 1990. The senior pilot at the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority, Guy Bousquet, says once this occurrence demonstrates the capacity of the Castries harbour to accommodate world-class technology.
In this case, it is a situation where the Serenade probably would have been on the anchorage outside. If you on anchor, there's a situation where there probably would be what is called surge. It's a situation where the waves would have been too rough out there for the tenders. And as you're probably aware, some of the guests that travel on these passenger ships are normally aged people, and it would be unsafe to have them moving from the ship to the tender and, of course, to their final destination ashore. So it would be better to have the vessel on dynamic positioning within the harbour, and as you very well know, it's a very well-protected harbour and very conducive to such maneuver.
The captain of the Serenade of the Seas says although the maneuver looks complicated, it's not hard to pull off. Nielsen also spoke about the experience of his passengers when cruising into Port Castries. He says St. Lucia is becoming a choice destination for cruise passengers.
We generally get very good feedback from your island. We also provide a coastal cruise every evening when we leave here. We go very close to the coast down towards the Pitons, which is much appreciated by our guests, and it's a highlight of the day to have the sunset just as we pass the Pitons.
Nielsen plans on utilizing the dynamic positioning technology whenever his vessel cannot berth at any of the docks. However, the technology cannot be used when wind speeds are above 30 knots. For this historical day in St. Lucia's cruise business, wind speeds hovered around 15 knots. Shannon LeBon, HTS News, Channel 4.